Welcome back to the final segment of this week's edition of Sun Devil Extra from the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. I'm Tim Healey, the radio play-by-play voice of the Sun Devils, and your host. Delighted that you took time to join us this week. As we continue with our discussion of Sun Devil wrestling on this week's show, we now welcome to the program one of the most decorated wrestlers in recent Arizona State history, a three-time All-American and two-time Pac-12 champion in the heavyweight class. He has also represented himself, ASU, and the United States in numerous international wrestling competitions over the years. He has been ranked as high as third nationally in the heavyweight class this season, and he's won his last 6 matches in a row. He came to ASU from Parker, Colorado, as one of the most heavily recruited wrestlers in recent Sun Devil history. And we're delighted to welcome Cohlton Schultz to the show. We did a show with you on Zoom a couple weeks ago. Good to see you in person, man.
Thank you. Nice
How you
to be
been?
here. But can't complain. Just we're in the heart of the wrestling season. It's always a fun time of the year.
You kind of mirror your team on a late season roll. You've won 6 matches in a row. Your team has won 3 out of 4 and 4 out of 6. What's the vibe you're getting from your team as you head on down the stretch of this season?
Yeah, it's an exciting time. We had a little slow start. I was out of the lineup for a little bit. Still chasing the Olympic team, but it's great to have a full lineup right now, and we're starting to really hit our stride. Everyone's starting to fire on all cylinders, and it's happening at a good time as we start rolling into the postseason pretty soon.
For sure, this is the best time to get hot, for sure. And in the previous segment, we visited with your terrific 149-pound teammate Kyle Parco, and Kyle mentioned a couple things like guys getting healthy, and also a kind of reality moment, if you will, a loss to Little Rock that seemed to get this team redirected. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, perfect world, it'd be great to be able to win them all, but unfortunately, you kind of need a rough loss like that sometimes to kick you in the butt and get everyone to figure it out. It stinks having to take a loss, but I think a lot of growth and a lot of good has come from it already.
I want to take you back to a match a couple weeks ago against one of your Pac-12 opponents, the Oregon State Beavers, and it was a thrilling match, 17-16. Oregon State, I believe, was leading coming into the final match of the evening, and it's your heavyweight match against the Beavers' Boone McDermott, and you were able to get the win and get the team win in the process. Share with me your reflections on that. What is that like, where you know that all your week's work and the entire match has come down to you to winning your individual match out there? Yeah,
I mean, I'm blessed. It's a heavyweight's dream, being in a tight duel like that. I've been in plenty of them now where it comes down to me. I think I'm just grateful for the work everyone else put in to be able to get us in that spot. Make it easy for me. All I got to do is win a match. I can go figure that out. So it was a fun duel. It's always nice getting a win over them. It was a blast. I'm glad I was able to put the final nail in the coffin for it.
That's really cool. Obviously, you exude a lot of confidence, as you should, with the background and the history you have. How about the team? Do you get the sense your guys are getting more confident heading down the stretch with the wins you've had? Yeah.
I think those tough duels, being able to sneak them out, pull out a tough win, I think that gives you more confidence. Especially as we get closer to postseason, you start seeing a lot of the same guys, and you get real familiar with the kind of guys you get to wrestle and the caliber of opponents. I think it's great getting a few wins to roll into that. And like you were saying, with everybody getting healthy, it's been tremendous to be able to see how good our team can really get. And we still have a few more weeks before we got to be at our absolute A game, but we're getting there. We're inching closer and closer. And a couple of the weeks that will transpire in between, we'll see this team 3 times in its final 3 meets of the season, wrestling not only at home, but at beautiful, brand new, 2-year-old, right, Mullet Arena, the home of Sun Devil hockey. It'll be the home of Sun Devil wrestling for their last 3 meets of the year against Stanford this coming Saturday, February 17th, 1 p.m., next Saturday, February 24th, against Lehigh, and then the following day, Sunday, February 25th, Nebraska. What's it going to be like wrestling in that venue, in front of your fans, against 3 good opponents? Yeah, I mean, Mullet's a phenomenal venue. It's great. So the crowd's energy, you can really feel it in there. And they really let you hear it. It's a blast, and it's an honor to be able to compete in front of great fans in a great arena. Yep.
Now, as you indicated, you want to be at your best about a month from now for the NCAA Championships, which this year will take place in Kansas City. This team has had some podium finishes in the NCAA Championships in recent years. What will it take, in your opinion, Cohlton, to hoist the trophy?
Yeah, I mean, break it down real simple. It takes a lot of winning. Everybody's individually's got to be firing all cylinders. Everyone's got to do their part. If we really want to surprise a lot of people, you got to get some people to win the matches you're not supposed to, the matches that maybe people aren't expecting you to. But I look up and down the lineup, and I got full confidence. Everyone on our team is capable of pulling off those big upsets and pulling off some big wins. We sneak out a couple ugly ones here and there, and sure enough, we'll be able to hoist up a trophy.
We asked Kyle Parko in the previous segment, and I'll ask you, what would it mean to you in terms of your career, your resume, to be an individual national heavyweight champion?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be huge. I've been close. I sniffed the finals, but it'd be a real treat. I mean, that's what everyone dreams of when you're a little kid, and everybody sitting in the TV watching all the national champions get crowned. It's a goal everyone's had since the beginning.
Yeah.
So be able to pull it off will be fun.
How would winning an NCAA heavyweight championship compare for you as opposed to maybe winning a championship at one of the international competitions in which you've participated over the years?
It's different. Competing with a college team, I think the team atmosphere and the camaraderie you get with your teammates. We're in the room every day together. Those are my brothers. So it's different. It really means more on like an emotional level.
Yeah.
Being able to pull out those wins together. The individual goals are cool, but I think winning team trophies and pulling out big wins as a team, it hits different.
Yeah, that's really a great insight on that question. Zeke Jones, we talked with Kyle about this as well. I mean, getting to wrestle not only for a great coach, but a guy who is an icon in this program. What has that experience been like for you, and what have you taken away from your time with Zeke? Yeah,
I mean, he's one of the best to ever do it, that's for sure. As a competitor, he's a champion, and then as a coach, he's been real instrumental in all my success. It's been a blast, and we still got more time to keep fulfilling our goals and keep killing it. But yeah, he's the best there is when it comes to all the planning, organizing from the ground up to put our program where it's at. And I mean, it's just going to keep getting better.
How have you, in your opinion, evolved not only as a wrestler but as a person in your time at Arizona State?
Yeah, it's been fun. Coming in, 18-year-old guy or whatever. You're part of the team. You're just another guy in the room. But you start stepping into different roles, and the more you're winning, the more you start taking up these leadership roles, and it becomes a responsibility to kind of pass on all that same wisdom that you've been gathering from all these coaches and all their experiences. You start passing those on to the next guy, and the future of the program you start thinking about it a little more.
Yeah.
Starting passing on, making sure that Sun Devil Wrestling stays a powerhouse forever.
Don't you get the sense this program's in a good place though, moving forward?
Yeah, we're in a great place. I think it's just going to keep growing.
Yep. Well, we wish you all the best in the remaining days of this season and in postseason as well. Hopefully you, Kyle, and your teammates will get to hoist a bunch of trophies in Kansas City come mid-March. Thanks for the visit, Cohlton. All the best to you.
Thank you.
That's Sun Devil Heavyweight Wrestling All-American Cohlton Schultz, our guest on this final segment of Sun Devil Extra. With that, we bring down the curtain on this week's show, and we thank you so much for joining us. A few other thank yous before we leave. Thanks to our executive producer, Arizona State Senior Associate Athletic Director Doug Tamereau, for his help. Thanks to our engineer, producer / technical director, Sean Crespin of the Sun Devil Radio Network, for his assistance. And a special thank you to Griffin Fabitz of the Arizona State Sports Information Office for his help on this week's show. We will be back next week with another edition of Sun Devil Extra, and we hope you'll make plans to join us. Till then, I'm Tim Healey. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.